Well, hello, Facebook friends and Affordaplane builders. This is Terry here in Houston, Texas. We are at a Houston Air Park, and we assembled the airplane minus the cables for the wings, but we did get the wings put on and taxied it around. My daughter did manage to take some video while we were taxiing, and I don't know how well those are going to be until I take a look at them, but I'll definitely share them with you guys. Well, my first impressions are I heard a lot of popping, creaking, squeaking as we were taxiing this thing around, and I believe I really need to get my RPM a little lower. A couple of squawks that I have here for the first taxi test is this muffler. That fancy little bracket there that I purchased in lieu of the springs does not seem to be doing the job, and I tightened this clamp up pretty darn good. I would touch it there and try to move it, but we just ran the engine and it's hot. Heard a pop while I was taxiing across the grass, and I believe it was this rivet right here popping loose. So she moves quite fast. Hoping that once I get the drag cables installed that maybe it'll tighten it up a little bit, but I don't know. I'm going to shake this thing here, and you can definitely hear the creaking and the squeaking. So don't know if that's a good thing or not. I don't know. It's definitely experience getting in this thing and taxiing it the first time with the wings on it. She gets to moving pretty quick, and it's a handful right now. A couple of times down the runway, trying to work the rudder. This is my first tail dragger airplane. It's not super difficult, but I can tell that it is going to take some getting used to. But we're going to put this thing back in the hangar for right now. The ground is quite rough out here, but it managed pretty good. Like I said, I'm going to end up probably doing a lot more of that running around and taxiing this thing, and I want to make sure that all the little things that want to pop loose or, misalign or anything like that, I want to make sure we get all those bugs out of them, because there are probably going to be some. We need to put the jury struts on, obviously. We've got material for that. I did bring some of my hardware over to the hangar, and we spent the day here, Emily and I, putting the wings on, and wasn't quite as bad as I thought it was going to be. Got the struts on, everything went together. I did have to locate all my bolts because it's been a while since we did an assembly, but we managed to get everything put together. A couple of things I need to do here is I need to go ahead and I need to cover these up with the aluminum. Right now I just got them in there, and they are pinned just because if I'm playing around out here I don't want them to come loose. But you can see how I managed to fit that in there. That's the rear spar going into the 2-inch stainless steel bracket, as I wasn't able to find the smaller one. So this is what I did. I've got a saddle on the back side, and the front of my wings are a little flat because of the way that I did my wing rib assembly, and I've got 4 oversized washers right there with a big AN number 4 bolt and lock nut holding both those in. So haven't done anything with the gap. Like I said, it's just a matter of getting out here. Got the wings on the trailer. We delivered the airplane last week, and so this week we managed to get it on the hangar. Got a couple items here that I can work with, my cable and some of my hardware, and the rest of the tools I'll just keep on my truck and bring them as I need them. And I don't really want to store those kind of things in the hangar for obvious reasons. Found out my light bulbs are burned out, so I need to contact the fella in charge and see if we can get some new light bulbs in here. But we're going to go ahead and back this thing up. See if it's not too hard. Maybe I'll just pull it on back while we got the video going. Clear on both sides. All right, that looks like we've got plenty of room in here. Just duct duck a little bit here under the wing. See how we are for clearance on the door. Yeah, we got some clearance. I think I'll go ahead and push it back just a little bit more. All right, and our handy dandy homemade wheel chocks, just 4x4 cut in half. One right here on the back. One right there on the front. It's gotten very dusty. Well, I would be lying, folks, if I told you that this thing doesn't scare me just a little bit. I think, you know, that's why we're gonna have to do some we're gonna have to do some practice taxiing around and getting used to this thing. You know, like anything else. I mean, we got to get used to them. Definitely not my first experience with flying. I do have a few hundred hours flying Cessnas. This is a totally different animal. It's an ultralight. The gross weight is a lot lower, and it's going to handle different. At least that's what I expect. It's probably going to handle a lot different because it's so much lighter, and the fact that it's a tail dragger. So, what have I gotten myself into, folks? Maybe we just might have to go back and do some skydiving to get our airtime sooner than later, because I think I'm going to be busy for a little bit getting used to this before I trust myself and the airplane completely to do actual flights. So I think the key is just kind of getting used to ground handling first. I'm hoping, you know, once the thing does get airborne, it's going to be more of like a conventional airplane. But definitely gets the excitement and the adrenaline pumping just driving the thing around. So there she is, folks. Tango Alpha 1, Terry's Affordaplane, number 1, sitting in the hangar. Just a little bit more to go. So I know a lot of you guys are out there anxious for some flight videos, and I am too. I'm anxious to fly it, but I'm not so anxious that I want to get ahead of myself and get hurt. In fact, you know what? If I have a couple of guys, ultralight guys that are local to the area, give me a ring or give me a message. I wouldn't mind having y'all come out here and just double check on what I'm doing. Make sure that, you know, I'm doing everything right, because, you know, I'm accustomed to airplanes making noises. Cessnas, they make a lot of noise. And it's, you know, only time's going to tell. Running this thing up and down the road and making sure nothing falls off. Anyway, guys, video's gonna get too long here if I keep on going. I think we're almost at 10 minutes. I got my daughter over in the truck over there, and we're gonna close this up, put a lock on it, and we'll be done for the time being. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to the videos, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.